chill. All right, so we in the building. Thank you for tapping in, tuning in. So we doing self-publishing secrets. Ash Cash, Julian Gordon. I'm excited about this one because Kim, what's up, Kim? I'm excited about this one because this is like two masterminds coming together to really just kind of talk to you about self-publishing. But then we want to I want to talk about being a master manifester. So we just waiting for my brother to jump on, and we gonna rock this out. There he go. What's up, bro?
Yeah. What's up, Chief?
What's going on, man?
What's good, man?
I'm excited, brother. I'm excited.
Yeah. Let's get it in. You had a great day?
Oh, I had a great day. Awesome day.
Good.
Yeah, today was good. Today was definitely a good day. Today.
Yeah.
There we go. I'm back, right?
Yeah, you good.
All right, cool. Yeah, today was a great day, man. Even better now, though, man, because when two masterminds get together, it's magic. It's magic.
It's about to go down.
It's about to go down, man.
It's about to go up. It's about to go up. We particular with our language.
Exactly.
Well, we particular with our language.
Exactly. And so I'm just I'll just give a quick intro on how I met you, how I got connected with you. I was actually twice. Actually, it was twice. So I was there was somebody I'm familiar with like Boyce Watkins. I know Lawrence. I used to be on that speaking circuit, and I remember Lawrence reached out to me before about like doing some stuff with Boyce. And he kept mentioning your name. He kept saying, Julian Gordon. I'm like, yo, who is this Julian Gordon guy, right? And then I was part of a mastermind group. And then one of, fast out to Tanya Rapley, to our sister Tanya. So Tanya Rapley, was part of your mastermind group and was like, telling us about you. And I'm like, yo, who is this guy? So I tapped in. And I'll be honest, like I've gotten nothing but value since tapping in, right? Like nothing but value, following you, being able to, absorb your knowledge and just understand how much of a on the same, wavelength, like you
very much
like,
so.
like you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, this dude gets it. Like I'm like, this dude different, right? And so just being able to see, all of that was very inspiring because for me, my mission is to really just help people see God in them, right? Heaven on earth, right? That see their God self. And so when I saw that you was on that same wave, we started connecting. And then I started seeing what you was doing with the book. Originally, Rich Dad, Rich Son. What was it?
Rich Dad, Rich Son. Rich Dad, Rich Son. That was the original title.
Man, I was like, Rich Dad, Rich Son. And I was like, oh, that's genius. And I saw the concept you was putting out. So we connected, we linked up. And then to personally get to know you, as far as how much of a master manifester you are, brother. Like it's inspiring on a different level. Even though like technically you're my client, I feel like I gotta pay you, brother. Like when we connect every week, I be like, man, this dude taught me something different. So that's my spiel, and I definitely want to, I want to talk about the book. I want to talk about the project. I want to talk about, working with me. But yeah, I just wanted to say that I want to open it up, man. I want you to give your intro, brother. I want people, people who don't know, right? If you should know who Julian Gordon is. If you don't know, talk to the people.
Yeah. What's good, everybody? I hope you're well, having a great day and a great evening. Happy to be here. My name is Julian Gordon. Most people know me on social media as Mr. Multifamily, and that is actually my earthly work. My work is twofold. I have my heavenly work and I have my earthly work. My earthly work is helping people acquire multifamily real estate. That is down here on earth in our material experience. But behind the development of my real estate portfolio, which is 10 multifamily homes with 30 units, also manifested invested $3 million for the Buyback Baton Rouge Fund, building a 180-unit multifamily portfolio out there in Baton Rouge. My heavenly work is actually financial spirituality and teaching people how to establish a new relationship to money, right? And so that's where the whole formerly Rich Dad, Rich Son, now Rich and Righteous, the spiritual secrets to mastering money, manifestation, and your mind really come from. And I'm really excited to share this gift with the world. I felt for me that I needed to demonstrate and manifest, right, in the earthly realm, in the material form, before I actually introduce these principles to folks, right? Because they'd be like, who's this dude talking about prosperity and the power of your mind and this and that? And he doesn't have any demonstrations. And if you look at Jesus, right, Jesus was a public demonstrator. If you just read the Gospels, right, it's just a public demonstration. So I had to demonstrate in public first. But for me, all of the things that I manifested is particularly in real estate, right? I own my mental real estate before I own any physical real estate. I owned up here my own thinking in my mind before I own any physical real estate. So this is where the I don't even want to call it a battlefront because I don't feel like I'm at war. I'm in perfect alignment right now. And so this is where the work is, though, right? This is where the temple is. And so everything that you see that I've been able to create and manifest, it all started here. Right? In the same way that an architect starts with their blueprints and their 2D plans, right? Then it becomes a 3-dimensional mock-up, and then it becomes the actual experience. Everything starts here as a thought, and we are here to turn thoughts into things, or in other words, bring heaven, right, our mental experience of life down to earth, which is our material experience of life. And so that's who I am. I'm helping people do that tangibly with real estate, multifamily real estate in particular. And then I'm helping people do that through financial spirituality, which is all going to be inside Rich and Righteous book.
Man, and so I've gotten a sneak peek. That's why I say I'm going.
You got the Google Doc.
I'm going through the content on Rich and Righteous. And I'm like, whoa, this is real. But for those who don't know, because you said that you've manifested on earth, right?
Yeah.
You started your business around 2009, right?
Yeah.
Which as a finance guy, worst economic time, you know what I'm saying, in our adult lives. And you quit your job, and then now. Yeah. Let's talk numbers a little bit. You started in 2009, and what were you able to manifest in real life?
Yeah, so I quit my job January 9th, 2009. I'll never forget that day. It was absolutely one of the worst days in the last recession, right? It was literally the bottom of the last recession. But I had made a commitment to myself 18 months before that I was going to quit my job regardless of what was going on, when I had saved up 6 months of basic living expenses or once that 18-month mark hit. So around the 17-month mark, I reached my 6-month savings goal, and I left my job in New York to step into my purpose full time, right? So again, this was at the bottom of the last recession, and which was 11 years ago now, and we're in the same space now. And I know what got me to where I am now was not just me working harder. It was actually me understanding these principles that I teach through financial spirituality that allow me to make it through despite the external environment, understanding and managing my internal environment, right? Maintaining my faith, my belief in what it is that I was called to do, aligning with my purpose, connecting with staying connected and in alignment with my creator, and then not letting fear, doubt, worry, and scarcity enter into my consciousness that would deviate me from my path. And so over that 11-year period, I've been able to manifest a lot, and some of them include having 5 TED Talks. I don't know anybody else with more than 5 TED Talks. I have 6 books already. None have got the energy that this book has around it and in it. So I'm excited about that. I've been able to manifest 10 multifamily properties, right, with 30 apartments across the country in Brooklyn, Oakland, and New Orleans, and in Baton Rouge. And then I've also raised $3 million for the Buyback Baton Rouge Fund. So these are just some of the manifestations that I was able to do by being in alignment with my purpose, which is also known as being in alignment with the Mother, Father, God's will. And so that's what I've been able to create. And I don't really share share numbers, but
For
I'm
sure.
doing all right.
For sure,
I'm
for
doing
sure,
all
for sure,
right.
for sure, for sure, for
Yeah,
sure, for
you
sure,
know.
for sure, for sure.
Because
Um,
and I know you and I talked about it.
yeah.
There are ways to demonstrate, and there are flashy ways to put things out there, but it's just really not my nature. I'm really a simple man, and I don't and some of the things that I see on Instagram and things of that nature, I'm not saying that they're not for me. Luxury is nice, but they haven't driven me, and that's not why I do what I do. But because I'm in alignment, I have been able to manifest a lot. The Creator trusts me as a steward of this economic tool called money, and so a lot of it has come to me and through me, and I continue to try to be a better steward of this every single day.
Man, I love that. Yo, fast out to Andre Hatchett. Our brother Andre said
Oh, he here?
about 200 million, he said, in this video
Oh
easily.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
easily,
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 easily.
easily. Just give us some time.
Nah, absolutely, absolutely. And what's the website for the book? Talk to us about the book.
Yeah.
You know,
So the website is not even the title of the book.
yep.
The website is actually it's $100book.com. $100book.com. The number $100book.com. The book is actually going to cost $100.
Wait,
As I was writing, what?
brethren. You're saying $100. You're about to put out a book that costs $100. Talk to us
Yeah,
about that, man. Talk to us
yeah.
about that.
As I was writing this book, so look, I don't have $100 bill with me right now, but which would you rather have? Would you rather have $100 of flat paper, which is 70? Oh, there you go.
There you go.
You know that bill that you're holding?
Yep.
Guess what? It is 75% cotton. People don't even realize that they still out here picking cotton on a daily basis.
Oh, go ahead, talk to them. Go ahead.
They still picking cotton. They go every single day and they get 100 bales of cotton, and then they give it to their master, and then the master gives them a little bit of the cotton to take home.
Wow.
And so this is actually worthless. This piece of paper is actually worthless. It's no longer backed by gold or anything like that. It has no inherent value. You can't eat it. You can't drink it. It can't keep you warm. You can't make love to it. You can't talk to it. It has no inherent value whatsoever. This thing called money, right, is just stored energy. That's what I want everybody to take away. This is stored energy. And when you start to see this as stored energy, it'll change your relationship to it. So you have to ask yourself, would you rather have a $100 bill? This is 10. I know you have the $100 bill. Would you rather have a $100 bill, or would you rather have wealth consciousness? What's more valuable to you? Yep. And so I just realized as I was writing this book that this book was way more valuable than the traditional $15 book on Amazon. This book, literally, as you turn the page, every single page is either going to make you money or save you money. But it's not just about money. It's about manifestation in your mind. And we talk about money as being one of the things that you learn how to manifest with more ease in your life. And so that's what it is. You saw Nipsey charge $100 for his CD. You heard about the $100 cheesesteak. And so I just felt that was a fair price point for the work and the energy that I've been putting into mastering manifestation and my own mind and money, and sharing that with other people. I know it's going to yield way more than $100 for folks. And so that's why it is called 100 is at $100book.com.
Yeah, I love it. And you know, honestly, I feel like being able to see what's in it, I would like legit pay $1,000 for it, right? Because legit, legit pay $1,000 for it, because I feel like the information is, you know, first of all, it's godly principles, right? And the one thing, and I would love for you to talk about this a little bit. The one thing, you know, even when we talk about like we have some, you know, some big goals, or not even big goals. We have some goals as it relates to how many people we're going to impact with the book.
Yeah. Right.
But there's a distinction there. Like, so, you know, obviously, you know, when you impact a certain amount of people, that comes with a dollar amount, but that wasn't your focus. And that's why I was like, yo, this dude is different. When you and I were talking, we weren't talking about how much money you were going to make off the book. It was really about how many people you wanted to impact. Why is that even important as it relates to wealth consciousness? Why does impact matter as it relates to wealth consciousness? Then, like, why can't I say, yo, I want to make $100,000 off this book and just focus on $100,000?
Yeah, so this goes back to one of my posts earlier about vision boards. A lot of people have their vision boards, and they were taught that by The Secret and other things like that. And they get their Oprah magazines and their glue sticks and their kitty scissors, and they create their vision boards, and that's great. But at the end of the day, when you really look at a vision board, most vision boards, they are actually selfish. Most vision boards are selfish. They're all about what you want. Right? And so what I found, which is a different way, and you can go after it that way if you want to, but what I found is when I help enough people get what they want, I get absolutely everything that I want out of life. When I focus on helping other people get what they want, right, impacting other people's life, I get what I want out of life. And so that is actually my focus. Scripture says, seek ye first the kingdom of God, and then all these things will be added unto you. So for me, seeking the kingdom first means being in alignment with my purpose, walking in that, and knowing that if I walk in that faith, that all the things that I need and desire out of life will come naturally and easily to me as a result of me doing that. And so I just changed the sequence. Other people have tried and continue to try to go after directly what they want without supporting other people. You cannot bypass this step. You cannot bypass this step. This is essential. And so I've always found that that when you create change in people's life, change, not change as in money, right, comes your way, right? And so I don't focus on money first. It is a secondary thing. I focus on impact and just trust that when I create value, and then at that frequency, I will be able to attract whatever amount of money that I need or desire.
But what about like Iyanla? Iyanla says, and even the Bible says, that you can't pour from an empty cup. You should pour, you should allow your cup to run over. And so a lot of people are like, no, I got to take care of me first before I take care of others. What do you think about that?
Yeah. So the Bible also says, give and you shall receive. And so what I encourage people to do is think about their blessing model, right? Because a lot of people who are here, who are seeking people like yourself and myself, they are givers. And in many cases, they're over givers, and they feel burned out, frustrated, and resentful because they've been giving and they haven't been receiving. You do not have a giving problem. You have a receiving problem. You have not developed the skill set of learning how to receive. So I agree that your cup should runneth over. But here's the thing. When your cup runneth over, it means that your cup is now too small and you need to upgrade.
Oh, talk to him.
You were coming to God with the Dixie cup. You were coming to God with the Dixie cup. It's easy to fill up a Dixie cup. So you need to increase the size of your cup. Why? But why? Not for yourself.
Right.
So that you can give more.
Right.
It is a cycle.
Right.
It is a cycle. Right. You're not filling up your cup. You're not storing money in a savings account just so you can look at it and feel safe and secure because you have this big number in there. Yeah. You are receiving more so that you can give more.
Right.
This is how it works, and this is why my creator, God, continues to allow me to be a steward of more and more resource, because it knows that the buck does not stop here. You've heard that saying, the buck stops here. It knows that with me, the buck does not stop here. It knows that when it gives me this buck, I'm going to quickly deploy it and transmute it from this piece of paper and stored energy into the world, because money is useless until you use it. Our role, right, is to be stewards of this and transmute it towards ideals, ideas, individuals, and institutions that we believe are doing good in God's work. That is our responsibility. And the better stewards we become of this thing, the more of it that comes through us, right? Because a lot of people think, oh, I want to have a lot of money. You realize that that is not the game.
Right.
Your wealth is not going to be measured in the spiritual realm. It will be measured by your meaning, not your money. It will not be measured by how much money you have when you die. Yep. Guess what, Ash? Do you know how much money Steve Jobs had when he died?
Billions.
Billions. But you don't know the number, and did you care what the number was?
Nobody cares.
It's irrelevant. Yeah. Nobody will know what was in your bank account when you died. Yeah. What matters and where you truly get to spiritual wealth is not how much money you have when you die. It's how much money and value you circulated while you were alive. That is true wealth.
And so talk about that process, because you driving bars. Talk about that process of circulation, though, because a lot of times, I know that there's consumers, producers, investors, philanthropists. Most people are only in the consuming business, right? Yeah. And you said something about circulating money. Like talk about that a little bit. That money circulation.
So first and foremost, you are a child of who? the
God.
creator.
Absolutely.
You're a child of God. God is the creator. And therefore, what does that make you? A creator. But we've been conditioned and programmed to believe that we are consumers. If you look at every wealthy person in the world, they created something.
Yep.
They created something. But we tend to settle for just creating children. And that is a powerful creation.
Yep.
That is a very powerful creation. But there's something else inside of you beyond children that you are meant to likely create. And that is your purpose.
Yep.
Okay? And so there are different levels of circulation. And to the degree, here's how I circulate money. I get it, okay? I receive it. I read it on the back. I say, in God I trust. I release it into the world towards ideals, ideas, individuals, institutions I believe in. And then when it circulates back to me, I say, in God I trusted. This is, financial terms, this is my internal rate of return. The faster this $10 goes out into the world and comes back to me is the level of frequency that I'm vibrating at, and that is my internal rate of return. And I'm seeking to make my internal rate of return as high as possible, because the more times I get to use this $10 in the world, the more good that I can do. Okay? So most people are circulating money in the lowest possible way, right? I'm gonna give them a little bit from the book, okay?
Yep.
There's a 6-point scoring system for how you circulate money. I'm going to give you -1. -1 is you spending money. When you look at the word spend, SP-END, it has the word end in it. It means that when you spent the money, you have only been able to use it once and it is gone. That is -1. And if I go look at your bank account, most of the money that you use, the way you use it, is you spend it and it is ended and it is gone. Okay? 0 is saving money. Yes, I know you've been taught to save money, right? But scripture says, do not give your pearls to swine. Do not give your pearls to swine. Well, when you were young, where did they tell you to put your money?
In the piggy bank.
In a piggy bank. What is a pig? What is a pig? What is a pig? It is swine.
Swine. Oh my God.
So you've been giving your money, your pearls, to swine.
Yeah.
You've been conditioned and programmed like that since you were little, okay?
Right.
When your money is only earning 0.03% in your savings account, that means after using the rule of 72 divided by 0.03, it'll take you 2,400 years to double your money in a savings account.
Right.
So you actually get 0. If you look at the parable of the talents, the man who dug a hole and put his money, right, in the dirt, he got scoffed at and scorned by the master, because you're not just supposed to put your money down somewhere else and where it's not growing. Okay, so you get 0 points for saving money. Point number 1 is donating money. Oh, Julian, donating money is good. Yes, it is good. That's why it has a positive charge. Now we moved out of negativity, because remember, money is an inert spiritual substance. It has no charge. It is not good or evil. What gives it the charge is who is holding it and how they use it. So you get to give money a positive or negative charge. What's the issue is, and why we've titled the book Rich and Righteous, is that we've let people who are doing unrighteous things and have unrighteous intentions, they have actually charged more money than we have charged. So in order to flip this economy around and this entire world around, we have to have more money flow through us so that we can positively charge it. Okay, so 1 point, you get 1 point for donating. The reason you only get 1 point for donating, giving is good. Yes, it is good. But oftentimes you're donating to organizations that have unsustainable business and blessing models. Nonprofits, even in the language itself, shows that I'm going to have to stay in most nonprofits experience scarcity.
Right.
There's never enough. We never have enough, etc. They operate from a place of scarcity. So it's good to give and plug a hole every now and again, but when you truly understand what it means to be a great steward of money, you stop giving to bottomless pits. You stop giving to bottomless pits, and you challenge them to find a more sustainable model to continue to do their work. That's positive 1. Positive 2 is expensing money. Expensing money. This means that you are using it for a business purpose, and you are actually expensing it to move towards something larger. You may not be profiting in that moment, but you are actually channeling that money towards something greater. So you went and bought a new MacBook, you expense that money because that tool is going to be used to try to create something greater. So that's positive 2. Positive 3 is actually investing money. This is where you take some of your money and you actually invest it into an ideal idea, individual, or institution that you believe in. This could be buying stocks. They could be investing in the Buyback Baton Rouge Fund, something like that. You are investing money. Okay, you're typically doing it passively. You might get a 10%, 15% return, etc. The highest level is when you are actually multiplying money. That is positive 4. When you, through your own understanding of how money works, are able to multiply it. Okay? It says, be ye fruitful and multiply. This stored energy, we are meant to multiply. And so this is the name of the game. And when you evaluate, if I ask you to go look at your spending from last month and see how much was a -1, how much was 0, how much was 1, how much was 2, how much was 3, and how much was 4, most people, the way they use their money is on the lower levels, and this is why they haven't achieved wealth consciousness.
Wow. Listen, y'all better go $100book.com.
It's so yeah.
$100book.com.
And it's not $100 yet. It's gonna be $100 starting Friday night. Right now, it's 2 for $30. So it's 2 for $30, but the prices are gonna go up starting Friday night.
Nice. It's my money. PK Dixon said, where can we find info about the Buyback Fund?
We manifested that quickly. We could raise $3 million in less than 3 months, and that fund is closed as of last month. All right, so you can follow that journey. There's a link in my Instagram profile. You can follow that journey, but that fund is closed. We will have funds in the future, so just stay tapped in so that we can deploy your money and use it towards good in another fund. Man,
powerful. And so let's talk a little bit about the book writing journey, right? So you're an author already. You've written books.
Yeah.
But this time around, your journey is a little different. Why hire a coach, right? Why hire a coach to work on this book? And what has been your experience working with a book coach?
Yeah. So anytime that I am experiencing blockage, anytime I'm experiencing blockage, or actually I would like to say my old self was just DIY, try to do everything on my own. Yep. I'm in a phase, in a space in my life right now where when I want to do something great, I hire experts. And while I've published books before, my books have done mediocre, right? Even though I know that the content in them is powerful. Something felt different about this book at this time with the times that we're in, with COVID and everything that's going on in the world and the economy. And I feel like this book has the potential and the DNA to actually be a book that transforms human society. And so I wanted to have somebody to go on this journey with me, to help me see things that I couldn't see, and to push me in ways that I couldn't push myself. Even though I'm a high achiever and a high performer, I wanted somebody to use their thought energy and their focus and their expertise to be what I call yeast, right? Yeast is an ingredient that when you add it to dough, it expands it. Absolutely. And I know based on what you've done with your own books and other people that if I add a little ash cash into this equation, it's only going to cause what I'm creating to expand. So that was that. I have used your method of speaking books into existence in the past. I have kind of spoken this book into existence because I taught financial church for 6 months during COVID. And a lot of the content has come out of a lot of the content in the book has come out of teaching finance live. And so that methodology that you teach is very powerful to get the ideas out of your head and into the world. And we have been able to cut, copy, and paste chunks of transcriptions from Financial Church into the book. And all we now have to do is go edit that. And then your marketing strategies, because this is what you do all the time. I just knew that your marketing strategies would help create new avenues and channels, and I wouldn't have to think about it. So, for instance, the view shop button on Instagram that your wife put you on, you implemented it. You said, Julian, this works. Go ahead and put it on your page. This is how you do it. And so I put it on there, and over the past few days, we've gotten several sales through that particular channel. So that's what it was for me. You've also taken care of the cover design, and then you've kept me on a timeline, and I'm focused every day trying to get you the first draft so that we can go through the editing process and take all of this fire and actually whittle it down to pure gold so that we can give it to the people. So that's why I wanted to coach in this particular setting, and it's been an amazing experience thus far, and I know that it's going to be even more powerful once the book is actually ready to put out to the world. But it's already been magical. I do have the sales numbers, and we've only been selling for 11 days. So let me know when you want me to share those.
I don't know if they're ready yet. I don't know if they're ready yet. I don't know if they're ready yet. Not yet. All right. No, I definitely appreciate you, because like I said, like one of the things that makes it so awesome, right? Because number one, your mission and your vision as to why you're writing this book is just out of this world. So most people I work with, they're like, yo, how can I sell the most books? But like you keep reminding me, like, yo, impact. How can I impact more people? I want to impact more people. And all right, let's talk about those numbers then, right?
Yeah.
With the mindset of how can I impact more people, that was the goal. The goal was to impact people. And the book isn't done yet. We're still working. We're still going. Talk about some sales, man. Talk to me about some sales.
So one of the things is we wanted to create impact, and we know that the more people who have this book in their hands, the more impactful it'll be. And so the way we structured this is that we are not selling books by the single. Every book will come with at least 2 books. Every order will have at least 2 books. Why? Because now that you have it, you actually get to put you into giving mode.
Nice.
Because now you get to give it to somebody else, and that starts a cycle of that alone starts you on the journey towards wealth consciousness, because you are in a space of giving, right? So you ready? I just pulled these numbers at 6 p.m.
Let's talk. What we talking about?
We put up the order page. On the 1st. Yep. Okay, so it's only been 11 days. Yep. You ready? You don't even know these numbers.
Right, because I know the last numbers you gave me, but I haven't heard these numbers yet. Talk to me, King.
We are at 380 sales in 11 days.
Yo, 380 sales in 11 days.
All pre-orders.
Wow.
And each sale is $30.
Yep.
Right? Yep. Each sale comes with 2 books.
Yep.
So that's actually 760 books that are going to be out in circulation already, wealth consciousness circulating.
Yep.
And at $30 per order, that's $11,400 in 11 days. And we have another 2-month run before the book is ready to be released into the world.
King, let me tell you. So our initial call, Julian was like, Ash, I'm gonna be your biggest client you've ever had. Like straight face though too. Straight face. Like he didn't smile about it. We was on the Zoom. He didn't smile. He didn't chuckle. He didn't say nothing. He said, yo, Ash, I'm gonna be your biggest client you've ever had. And his execution game is bananas. Like literally, we would talk about something and I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna take care of it. And then the next day he'll show it to me and I'll be like, yo, I was supposed to take care of it, but he doesn't. You know what I'm saying? So salute to you.
Yes,
and so
sir.
I want everybody continue. Listen, go to $100book.com. I promise you, like y'all know me. Y'all know, like, I'm not gassing nothing up. If I don't believe in something, I don't give it the shine. But I told this brother, like, we need to really, connect and do this live, because I wanted people to understand, to feel your power. I want them to understand why this book is essential. I can tell you firsthand, by being part of the process, like reading this, and y'all know I'm well conscious, right? But reading this, I'm like, this is it, right? And our goal is to impact millions of lives, because I use this all the time. I say, we are all God, right? Ye are gods. God is greatness on display. Right? G-O-D, greatness on display. And so in order to as above, so below. And so if I'm made in the image and likeness of God, we need to demonstrate God. And what this man is teaching you is how to have heaven on earth. That narrative of struggle and you get you in the afterlife. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Talk about that a little bit. Talk about, because like I want you to go. Talk about that, man. Talk about that, man.
Yeah, it's real simple, man. Look, if I'm a millionaire, is my daughter a millionaire?
Absolutely.
If I'm a millionaire, is my daughter a millionaire?
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
Okay. Why? Because she is in my will. Right?
Yep.
So if we are all children of God and God is an infinite source of supply of everything, what does that make you? It makes you an abundant being. You are more than a millionaire. The only thing that stops you or keeps you from stepping into that inheritance is, one, not realizing whose child you are, right? And then two, you not being ready to receive it. My daughter is 6 years old. She's not ready to receive it. She knows who she is. She knows she's my child. She's not ready to receive it. So once we recognize that we are children of God, right? That we are not sinners, because that's what takes you away from being children of God. It feels like like you're a bastard child, like God had God's only begotten son. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. If you go to read the Bible, it says sons of God in several places. Plural. Plural. John said that about Jesus. Jesus never said that about himself. Okay? So if you're not a son or daughter of God, then whose child are you? Where did you come from? Okay, so we are all tapped in. Jesus even said, whoever does the will of the Father is my brother, my mother, my brother, and my sister. So as long as we are in the will, right, meaning that we're in alignment with our purpose, then guess what? We are also in the will, right? My daughter, if she is in my will when she is acting in alignment with the way Gordon moves, right? But she's also in my will on paper, meaning that everything that I have is hers. Because as Jesus said, I and the Father are one. We are one. I'm just a little g, right? That's the big OG,
right?
Okay, I'm just a little g on this earth. So that's how I think about it. And then wealth consciousness. I want to give people a real tangible experience of wealth consciousness, right? And so I want everybody here to. I know we lit right now, but I want everybody here right now to take one deep breath. I want you to take an inhale for 5 seconds, hold for 2 seconds, and then release for 5 seconds. Right? Ready? Release. Wealth consciousness is when you relate to money in the same way you relate to air. Let me explain. How many of you woke up this morning worried about whether there was going to be enough oxygen on Earth for you? How many worried about whether there's going to be enough oxygen? Unless you have asthma or you have coronavirus, which is a respiratory disease. You know that. Notice the word spirit is in the middle of that.
Wow.
Unless you have asthma or a respiratory disease, you didn't worry about oxygen today. Guess what? When you get in the space where you don't worry about money because you trust that your mother, father, God is going to supply you with everything that you need exactly when you need it in the quantity that you need it, you have achieved wealth consciousness.
Wow.
When you relate to money in the same way that you relate to air, you have achieved wealth consciousness. Here's the thing. You think that having a lot of money is wealth consciousness. No. There are people who have a lot of money who worry about money every single day. They are not in the space of wealth consciousness. When Jesus, right, the time when you saw Jesus get angry, what was he doing? Overthrowing tables in the temple. I need everybody here to point to their temple. Ash, point to your temple, brother. Where's your temple? These are called your temples. Okay? He was overthrowing tables in the temple, and they were the tables of who? The money changers. The temple, he was overthrowing the table of the money changers because he said, my Father's house is a house of what? Prayer. You know what that's an allegory for, y'all? Whether you believe Jesus is fact or fiction, it is an allegory for us not using our temple or our minds to constantly be thinking about money. We're supposed to keep our mind focused on God through prayer. Okay? And so when we're out of alignment, we are focused on money, and 78% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. So what do you think Americans worry about the most in the quote-unquote land of the free? Their temple is dedicated to changing money, to trying to make money. That is not a space of wealth consciousness. And so what is really money is not the root of all evil. and love of money is, okay? But money is not the root of all evil. Again, it is inert substance. The real cause of most evil or wrongdoing in this world is the false belief in scarcity. It is the false belief in scarcity. There is no scarcity. We live in an abundant world and an abundant universe.
Yes.
The only two things that might be scarce are land, your time, and your body. Everything else is abundant. There's more than enough food to feed everybody. Okay? So there is no scarcity. That's why I don't say scarcity is the cause of it. It's the belief in scarcity. Because if I don't believe that there's enough, then I feel like I have to take from you if I see you gaining.
Right.
And this is the world that we created because of this false belief in scarcity. But I serve an abundant God, and there's more than enough. And so scarcity is the belief that, one, there is not enough. Two, that I won't have enough. That I am not enough. And that God is not enough.
Yo, like yo, and y'all know I can talk. Y'all know I can talk. Y'all know I can keep going. And I don't got no words. I don't got no words. Like what I'm gonna do now? What I'm gonna do now? What I'm gonna do now? Puff Daddy voice. What I'm gonna do now? That's it. I'm gonna open it up for questions, bro. I'm gonna open it up for questions.
Let's do it. Let's answer some questions, man.
I'm stuck. I don't know what this. I can't say. You know what I mean? Man.
Hey, man.
Yo, y'all. I promise you, like I said to y'all, this book is worth $1,000 minimum, though.
Oh yeah.
If y'all don't go and get this book and get this book to give it to, right? You want to get one, you're gonna give.
Yeah.
So even the wealth consciousness of giving and you know what I mean and you know giving
immediately.
Man.
Immediately.
All right. So let's see. Wealth consciousness. So somebody says, how do we get the book? I pinned the address right there. So $100book.com. So
the number 100.
Yeah, the number $100book.com. That's how you get it.
It's called Rich and Righteous: The Spiritual Secrets to Mastering Money, Manifestation, and Your Mind. And my IG is, you should see it up there. My IG is JULLIEN Gordon GORDON. JULLIEN Gordon GORDON.
All right, so let's Dara Wisdom Empowerment says, I'm like that. I'm a giver and I don't know how to receive. So what would you say to Dara?
First step is, next time somebody offers her help, just say yes. Just say yes. Somebody offers to hold the door for you. Dara, I know you can hold the door for yourself. Dara, I know you can carry those groceries in to the house yourself. Dara, I know you could wipe your own windows. I know you could do it. You've probably been doing it like that for your entire life. Next time somebody offers you help, just say yes. Just say yes. Don't overthink it. Don't think about their intentions. Just say yes. Just get in the practice of receiving, right? That is your opportunity to receive, right? And so start there. That's where I would start. You got to develop that muscle of receiving, right? I also encourage everybody who has a product or service, in order to become better receivers, go and get a Cash App account, a Venmo account, a PayPal account, and start with those three. Because sometimes people want to pay you and you just don't have enough receivers to collect what they're trying to pay you.
Wow, powerful. Yeah.
So that's where I would start to develop the receiving muscle. But we're going to have some other strategies in the book to become a better receiver.
And I love that, though, too, because if you think about it, if you're not a good receiver, you're actually blocking somebody else's blessing, too. Right?
Facts.
Because if I understand, right? If I understand that I need to circulate, right? I need to circulate. So if I'm giving and I'm trying to give and there's nobody to receive, how can I circulate? So I need receivers as a giver, right?
Yeah.
And so if somebody's trying to get, so that's why I don't say no. Like, I get people in my DM all the time, like, yo, bro, I love what you do. Yo, send me your Cash App. I send them my Cash App, right? I'm not saying no. I'm sending you my Cash App because I need to be a good receiver if I'm going to be a good giver.
Yep, 100%. It's a cyclical process. It's a two-part process. Giving, you shall receive.
Love it. Let's see. I pre-ordered. Let me. I pre-ordered my book 2 weeks ago. Does it come with 2 books also?
Yes, yes, yes. So yes, it does. I just want to give a shout out to Lisa from Massachusetts. I want to give a shout out to Monique from Tampa, Florida. I want to give a shout out to Angela from Claremont, Florida. I want to give a shout out to Nakisha from Rosedale, Maryland. Shout out to Miss Social Butterfly from New York, New York. Shout out to Ozioma from Henderson, Nevada. Shout out to Tiffany from Suffolk, Virginia. Shout out to Shan from Monmouth Junction, New Jersey. Shout out to Shantoya. Oh my goodness, there's oh my goodness. There's about 20 more. So I'll just leave it at that.
Salute.
Yeah, so shout out. Appreciate you all.
Nah, salute. Where we at? I hope y'all are recording this and we'll post it. Say, yeah, I'm gonna, I'm definitely gonna save this live. Yeah, I will definitely save this live so you guys can watch this later. I know somebody asked, I know somebody asked about audio version. Are you doing an audio version of this book?
Yeah, but we're focused on getting the paper version and getting that edited right and getting that into people's hands and heads as quickly as possible. I'm sure within that 30 days, once we have it released, we will go through the recording of the audio version. We have all the equipment ready to go. Yeah, so it'll come, but it won't come at the same time.
Absolutely. Kiana, Mailbox Money Millionaire says, which book aside of this one is one to buy that talks about buying multifamily properties?
So there's no book for me. Multifamily real estate is like cooking. You can't really learn it from a book. You just can't. Like you can have a cookbook, but that doesn't necessarily mean you learning how to cook. You gotta actually experience it. And so I have a webinar that you can all attend at multifamilymasterplan.com. multifamilymasterplan.com. I do it periodically. You can check to see when the next one is scheduled. Again, that's multifamilymasterplan.com, where I'll walk you through the process of getting financed and finding and finalizing your first multifamily real estate deal. So again, that's multifamilymasterplan.com.
Dope.
Thank you for the question.
Let's see. I'm holding multiple enrichment zones. This reminds me of the Book of Moses. Let's see what else. Just bought mine. Thank you, Godwin. Godwin's 98 says she just bought mine. All right. You said you would tell us how to self-publish. I have a few books in my head and would like advance on this. All right. So advice on this.
You.
Yeah. So I think that's for me. All right. So I mean, give me some specifics, right? So pretty much the self-publishing process is pretty easy. It's really number one, starting with the end in mind. Making sure I don't know what's up with my voice today. I think I was too excited and I'm yelling. I don't know what's going on. Number one, start with the end in mind. Make sure that you have your concept. Like Julian mentioned, you want to know who you're going to impact. A lot of people are writing books for themselves and not writing books for other people. Think about
that's a journal. That's a journal.
Exactly, that's a journal. A lot of people are putting out journals. Don't put out no journal. Start with the end in mind. Think about it. Say, who do I want to impact with this book? What do I want them to learn? And then start from there. Start backwards, right? Start with the end in mind, then work backwards. Then you outline your book. Once you outline your book, I say, dictate it, right? And so instead of writing your book, pretend as if you're teaching whatever the end in mind is. Pretend that you're teaching that, to your audience. Dictate it. I use an app called Otter, Otter. But you can use whatever you want. But Otter takes your presentation, puts it into audio format or Word format, and then you go through the process of editing, finding a book cover, and then going through that process. I say publish your book on Amazon and Ingram Sparks. Amazon is Kindle Direct Publishing, so KDP, kdp.amazon.com. Ingram Sparks is ingramsparks.com. Yeah, and I also offer a book called Self-Publishing Secrets. That's in my bio as well. So you can link on that. Somebody asked, do I help with publishing children's books? Absolutely. I actually got 3 clients right now that I'm helping individually, publish a children's book. And so if you can hit me on the DM if you want to, you know, talk about one-on-one. So definitely I do that. All right, let's see what else. I think we should be good, right? So let me see. Where's the best place to save money besides a savings account?
Great question.
Yeah.
Great question. So for me, it's multifamily real estate.
Yep.
It's the best thing to do is get your first property and get yourself to rent and mortgage freedom. Once you've saved up enough money in a savings account, your emergency fund. So for some people, based on your risk tolerance, your emergency fund may need to be 3 months. It may need to be 6 months. For some people, it may need to be a year based on your risk tolerance. After you've saved up your emergency fund, then you want all your money in play. Literally, you can't borrow money from me. Even though I'm in control of a lot of money, you can't borrow money from me because the moment I get it, I play hot potato with it. I get rid of it, just like the bank does. The bank doesn't keep your money.
Yep.
It gets rid of it the moment you give it to them, right? It turns it into an asset as quickly as possible. So any money that I do receive, I'm trying to turn it into an asset. It's asset alchemy, right? It's asset alchemy. This is your responsibility. Yeah. This is your responsibility. So again, get your emergency fund saved up. I agree with that. You need to have that. Okay. And in case this corona thing comes back around, etc., have your emergency fund. But beyond that, everything else needs to be in play, meaning it's invested, not saved. Okay. Remember, I gave you the 6-point scoring system, and you want to get into the higher levels of expensing, investing, and multiplying money.
Man, I love that. I love that. Because people always ask me that question too, and I give them the same answer. Like, yeah, you want to have that financial freedom fund, you know what I'm saying? So we, you know, no emergencies. We're not calling emergencies in our lives. So you want to have the financial freedom fund, but once you got that, like you need to get some assets, man.
Yeah, look at this, y'all. This is all monopoly money. What's the difference between this and monopoly money?
Right.
There is no difference, y'all. There is no difference. So you want to take all this fake money that they're printing, right, and inflating, and you want to turn it into a real asset as quickly as you possibly can.
Absolutely.
It is fake. This has no value. Absolutely. So turn it into an asset as quickly as you can. And that's the name of the game.
Nah, love it. We're gonna take like 2 more, and then we're gonna wrap up because I want to make sure I save this. You know, sometimes IG is funky, so we need all this work. In your self-publishing book, you talk about using Publicity Company. How do you create that? So that's a question for me. So PK, so the way you create your your publishing company is understanding the concept or the process of a publishing company. MyIdentifiers.com is the only company in the United States that provides your ISBN number, right? My voice is crazy. The ISBN number. So with your ISBN number, when you set up your account on Balkers, there's 2 things they're going to ask you for. They're going to ask you to set up your LLC, which is what you're going to report your book sales from a tax perspective. But then you're also going to have an imprint, right? And so your publishing company is really your imprint. So I'll give you a prime example. So for tax purposes, my books go through Ash Cash Enterprises. That's the LLC in which I pay taxes for my book sales. But my imprint is One Brick Publishing, which means that for tax purposes, my company is called Ash Cash Enterprises. But my imprint, my publishing company is called One Brick Publishing. And so it's One Brick Publishing is only recognized with my ISBN registration. I don't have an LLC called One Brick Publishing. And so unless you want to, for tax purposes, create a LLC that's the same name as your publishing company, then you could connect those 2. But as long as you go to myidentifiers.com, buy your ISBN number, create your imprint, that's how you create the publishing company. And so ISBN, International Sales, I don't know what it stands for, but go to myidentifiers.com to get that. All right, brother. Talk to us, man. Any last words for the people, man? Any last words for the people?
I see a lot of brown faces here, so I just want to close off with this. you know, a lot of I grew up middle class, and so I don't have the same full experience. But I realize that, as most of our people do, but I realize that with middle class, my parents might be able to leave some assets and maybe leave some assets and some cash with a life insurance policy, but they weren't leaving me assets that would end up creating passive income, right? And so middle class can be deceiving in this particular country. So a lot of our people are actually born into what we call poverty, right? A lot of people are born into poverty. And what we tend to do when we come into this world, if we are born into poverty and all we see is poverty around us, we use what God calls itself, which is I am. And we say, I am poor. We look around and see poverty around us, and then we say, I am poor. And the reality is you're not poor. Okay, you are a child of God. You are an abundant being. And here's the reason why you were born into poverty. You were born into poverty to show how rich you actually are. You were born into poverty to demonstrate how rich you actually are. If you were a Hilton and you were Paris Hilton and you were born into wealth, what would you be able to show? You wouldn't be able to prove anything because you were already born into wealth. You basically told your creator that go ahead, take away my religion, take away my land, take away my family, take away my body, reprogram my mind with all negative thoughts and beliefs, give me the hardest level possible, and watch me still win. And watch me still win. And so many of you are black. Why? Because you are black belts. And you are actually at the highest level, which is the hardest level. So if you stop looking negatively at the situation that we as a people in general are in, okay, then you see it as I'm actually at the last level of this game called life. And you accept the challenge, you will step into your abundance. You will realize that no institution, no individual, no past event, slavery or not, or any current condition has more power over you than you. There's nobody to blame, y'all. When you are in wealth consciousness and you recognize that you are a child of God, there is nobody to blame. If you are blaming the white man, sexism, racism, etc., then guess what? You're still in poverty consciousness. You're still in victim consciousness. When you know who you truly are, you recognize that there's no blame, because when you blame, you give up power. You see people marching in the streets, power to the people. When you say power to the people, what does that indicate? That means the power is outside of the people. The truth is power in the people. It's power in the people. And you get to demonstrate that right here, right now, with your life.
Yo, thank y'all for coming out. God bless you tonight. Yo, brother, I love you, man. I appreciate you, man. I can't wait to continue to help develop this fire, like, bro.
You want to transcribe this live and just put another ebook out there?
We might have to. We might have to transcribe this. This might, yo, the bars on this is different. Y'all know I could go. I have no words, y'all. We're gonna stop right here. $100book.com. I lost my voice purposely, right? I can't talk. Brother, I appreciate you. Let me save this loud so that people can get this work. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
All right, brother. Much love.
All right, peace.
Talk to you tomorrow.
Yes,
Peace.
sir. Yes, sir.